Hey guys, just before we start, I want to remind you that a tiny percentage of the people that watch my videos are subscribed, so if you enjoy the content, subscribing would be greatly appreciated. I hope you enjoy this video. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have Alliance War number 3 of the season. This is a very even match. This is going to be a close war no matter what. I have, I believe, 9 fights against this Alliance War. We are going to be using the same team that I used before. I don't know why I dropped the Torch there, but Torch, CMM, Quake. We're going Path 9, and then the 2 minis in the center. The mini before Paths 1, 2, 3 in Section 2, and then Path 3, and then a Rage Hulkbuster along with a Hazard Shift Void. So that'll be a pretty fun fight with Captain Marvel movie. But to start off, we have a Vision Arcus. This, I believe, is a 6-star rank 2 or rank 3. This was a super duper easy fight. Captain Marvel absolutely turns this fight into a joke. You can see how fast her binary goes up and how little health she actually loses. So we do actually end up finishing this fight with a yellow bar, which is a little bit of a spoiler, but super duper interesting. She absolutely destroys him, 1 special 2, and the fight is over. Basically, just 1 tap in, 1 swipe in, and he's dead. So we're at a full yellow bar with Captain Marvel movie, which is great. Saves us a potion if we need to use her again, which we end up using her twice, 2 more times. And now we have this Sentinel. This is the Hazard Shift Sentinel, and I decided to speed this fight up as well. With this Sentinel, the most important thing that I can do is make sure to not get hit. I'm playing this fight on 1.5x speed, and you can just see how long it's going to take. Each aftershock cycle is about 10%, which for Quake and Alliance War is a pretty fast fight, at least for me, because of all of the longer Quake fights I have, such as ones coming up, which I put on faster speed. But as long as I can make sure I don't really get hit in this fight, occasionally I do get tapped this Alliance War here and there, but overall it's, this is basically as perfect as I can get at my skill level, at least with these long of Quake fights. When I play Quake for a long time, my thumbs tend to get tired. I can Quake for, as long as I need to, but typically it's just not the most fun time. And if I'm gonna be honest, I'd rather use a different character who can sort of punch the character in the face, like Warlock or something, than Quake, but she's always the go-to option for most difficult fights. That is the end of that Sentinel. We had perfect Quake play, which was amazing. It's always pretty risky there. If you accidentally heavy or something and get that debuff on you, can do a little bit of damage. Here I'm just checking out the SIG and the rank of this Doom that I'm about to Quake. It is a 6-star rank 3 SIG 107. So this is going to be a very long fight and pretty sketchy. I sped up this fight to, I think, 1.8 speed or 1.5, a little bit faster than normal because it's just such a long fight, but honestly, it's nothing to be really scared about. It's just a Doom. You just sort of have to time getting the dexterity buff right. I'd prefer to not give him a buff immediately in the beginning and wait for the concussion to start, just in case he has Mystic Dispersion along with the Power Snack and he can get to a bar of power, and that is not a good time when Doom gets to a bar of power. So I decide that I'm going to use, obviously, small boosts. I believe I put on a 20% champion boost because of this fight and then the fight after. So I go in and I decide to play Quake heavy in the very beginning, just till I get up against the wall, and I wait for those concussions to kick in so I can get the buff without any risk of him gaining power. And here the concussions start, and I gain my dexterity buff. I also get comboed in the corner. That's a good time as well. We have, I believe, 2 mess ups, and the second one is just coming up. But as you can see, I played Quake Dex the entire time. I don't know what type of rotation that's called, but I played the Quake Dex method at the end and Quake Parry in the very beginning with no dexes at all until I got the concussions active. Here he's already down to 50%, we're a minute and a half in. This is going to be about a 3-minute Quake fight, not too bad. Then backup recovery hits, so we're back up to 70%. This is a pretty long fight, pretty good. You guys can't see the time, there it is, because of the sun and MCOC blocking it out. But we're at 3:30, minute and a half, 50%, about a 3-minute fight. Not too bad. Honestly, Doom is not the worst defender in the world to Quake. I personally don't like quaking him because I have very little experience quaking him, but he's, Quake does the job, and practice makes perfect. I believe this is one of the first times I've ever quaked Doom, and a little bit risky. I didn't tell my BG that just because I didn't want them to know. There I accidentally let off my heavy, so I'm just going to finish this fight playing Quake parry, and that's the end of the fight. Now we are going to quake this Mixmaster Korg as well, SIG 200. This is a ridiculously long fight with Quake. I would so much more recommend using a Omega Red or something for this fight. Our BG has a rank 3 Omega Red, but typically it has to be used somewhere else, and it's not really worth the risk when I can easily quake this fight. It just takes forever. We do mess up at one point, and I believe we take a full combo, which gets us to around 50% health, which is fine. Just long fights, like I said, makes my thumb just tired, and I feel like it does that for most Quake players. Like I said, I can quake as long as needed, but it's just more chances to have errors come in play. We are a minute in, and he's down to 50%. This is going to be probably 2.5 minute fight. I do not like quaking Korg. It is super duper risky because of the unstoppable and unblockable that he gets. Plus, on this node, when everyone's running willpower, it feels like we do very little damage. And once he finally goes down, it's like sweet victory. I believe the concussion is stopping the unstoppable and unblockable from triggering all the time, but when it does, it's just that much more scary because it's kind of unpredictable. Not really. There's the combo. Like I said, we're down to 53% health. Get a little bit nervous, but we're 100% okay. And right as this Korg goes down, we move to our next fight. Now we have a Sorcerer Supreme on the, this is the EMP modification node or something. I didn't dex at all this fight. I just played Torch with the, just parrying everything as much as I can at least. I decided to not speed this fight up just because it was such a short fight, and it's kind of an interesting fight to watch as well. Show you how to play Sorcerer Supreme without dexing. I didn't do any backdrafts because I'm not 100% confident in backdrafting her without intercepting. But as you can see, those power stings and those Nova Flames are at work. I didn't want to go for the reparry just in case I missed it, and honestly, a death is the last thing I need. This turned out to be, at this moment, it was a very close war. We were actually losing, so I didn't really want to risk anything. I wasn't even technically assigned this fight. Someone was supposed to take it with a Dr. Doom, but I knew that it was a joke, and I could easily do it. So I had no worries. If I died to this fight, I'd probably expect my lens to kick me, because this is as easy as it gets. It was not even a 50-second fight, and she is down. Took most damage from just block damage. This is another Quake fight. I feel like Season 24 is just going to be mainly using Quake. This is a Gilly. I didn't speed it up because she has so little health, and there's very little risk in losing. Here I turn the music and audio back up because I personally don't like to play MCOC with noise. I do it only for the YouTube videos, but I know it makes it more entertaining to watch, and having that little bit of extra background noise is nice. This is going to be a super duper quick fight. As you can see, one Aftershock cycle did 25% health. All I have to do is 4 cycles and she should be down. Quaking Gilly is not the hardest thing in the world, but it's a little bit sketchy just because, again, like Dr. Doom, I have very little experience quaking her. I am a fairly new Quake player, you could say. I've only been using her for probably 2 months, and I've only been really using her in story content. Not really in Alliance War because I typically ran either Ghost, Void, Torch when Stubborn was going, stuff like that. As you can see, the fight is just about over. About a minute fight. This is almost no risk. I just can't get hit because of the chitinous thorns this is on, and I can't hit her or else I'll take a bleed debuff on me. But it probably wouldn't do that much damage. It's just sketchy. Here, this is a pretty fun fight. This was a throwaway placement. Anyone placed on this node is never going to get a kill. This is just about as garbage as it gets. I decided to use Captain Marvel movie just for some fun. Just wanted to see how fast she could take this fight down, and it was a good time. You can see that shock actually helps my binary, and it actually heals me a little bit because it does so little damage. I'm fully capable of fully dexing Guardian's specials. There I actually double parried his special 1, and we're going to throw off a big special 2 here. It's just going to nuke him down to 35% health, and this fight is going to be about a minute long, or a little bit under a minute, about 45 seconds. And there's Guardian down with a light intercept. Nice little finish. And here we are going to be taking a Rage Hulkbuster. I decided to speed this fight up as well because Rage does affect Quake, and it limits her Aftershock cycles to 2.5 per session, so it's just a longer fight. Again, all of these fights are super duper easy with Quake. You should have no worries if you're going to take these fights. We're currently in Tier 2. We should be going up to Tier 1 eventually. There's music and sound being turned back on, and we put this fight to 1.5 speed. So with Hulkbuster, there's very little that you need to be worried about. I decided to turn off the music for this fight as well. I don't think that there's any audio for these fights in total, just because I was busy at the time and I had a screen recording error where it cut out the audio. So that's fine. This is going to be probably a 10 Aftershock cycle fight, a little bit more. It's not the biggest thing in the world, but it's just a longer fight, and there's a little bit of risk if you get hit, which I believe I do get tapped once or twice, and it brings me down to, I believe, 30% health. I'm not 100% sure, though. All I know is that Hulkbuster is one of the earliest champs added to the game, and I have a ton of experience quaking him. I don't believe that he has anything to stop Quake's damage. I know that those armor up buffs can stop, I believe it's ability accuracy reduction on offense, maybe? I'm not sure. I know that they shut down characters like Doom, where he can't power drain them at a certain point, so I'm not sure what it is. I just know that they can be annoying sometimes, but I don't believe that they affect Quake. There you can see I got tapped at the end, brought me down 20% health, so I'm a little bit on edge here. I believe that if he comboed me, I would have died. Luckily, I just got hit by the last hit, and this Hulkbuster is just about down. Luckily, the concussions shut down his regen as he gets to the end there. Right here, he gets the processing, and it doesn't activate because of the concussions, which is great. So this is the last Quake fight of the Alliance War. Initially, I was actually planned to go down the left side of Boss Island and take the Mojo Mini, but they needed someone to take this Void instead. I've never seen this fight taken with Captain Marvel movie before, and after taking this, I completely understand why. If I didn't boost for this fight, I would have 100% died. A couple little questionable things happened in this fight that I'm not really sure how it happened, and we'll go through as it happens. So this is the main highlight of the Alliance War. This is on Hazard Shift and Stun Immune, along with, I think that's it. So Void, when I get those debuffs on me, you can see that they're doing more damage than they normally would. And here, you can see me dashing back, but for some reason, as I was saying, it did not dex the hit, so I got hit there. And I got these debuffs on me, which is, you know, pretty shitty. I think that's the first time I've ever cursed in a video, but it deserves it. There I got parried, and he comboed me, and I'm down health. And this is not looking great for me. Luckily, as you can see, those debuffs are taking away at my health, but when Captain Marvel movie goes into binary ignition, she purifies all debuffs. All I have to do right now is make sure that I don't get destroyed this fight. I'm going to be parrying the rest of the special so I can go in and punish, because right now I am down. I need to get up to 30 hits as fast as I can. Here I'm going to, I believe, parry, a little bit of a reparry right there. I'm going to go in. This is my last chance at winning this fight. I need 2 crits. Boom, boom, and I got 2 lucky crits. Luck or skill, I'm not really sure. All I know is that I won that fight, and that's all that matters. We ended up destroying this alliance. We won a hefty amount by almost 3,000 points. We had 30 attack bonuses over them. They didn't even fully clear the map. There was 2 defenders left, I believe. So this was a great alliance war for us overall. Very proud of the 3 battle groups. Always room to improve, for sure. Here you can see we had 2 defenders remaining. They had a lot more defender diversity than us, which kind of sucks, but it's okay. We had 71 defender kills. They had 38. I believe we had under 10 in our battle group, which is, you know, it's okay. Always room to improve, but it's something. And you can see I finished with the #1 MVP in the alliance, which is pretty great. So this is the end of the video. I would like to thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I really hope that you guys come back for the rest of the Alliance War videos. I put a lot of effort into these, as much as I can, at least, and I try to make them as best as I can. So if you guys enjoyed, I'd really appreciate it if you guys left a like, click the subscribe button, and shared it with your Alliance members or with someone that you know. It helps get the channel around and helps get us to that 1,000 mark as fast as we can. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.